Atlanta is Transformer Central. Atlanta is Transformer Central. Atlanta is How do I know all 20 of those queens are organic women?
Black YouTube is getting out of control with these 20 versus 1 videos. You see them all the time with guys like Finesse 2 Times, even Boosie. Many rappers do it, many comedians do it, and it always, for the most part, goes viral. But stop the show. Wouldn't you want to see a 20 versus 1 with Dr. Umar Johnson? Rewind! I know I would. I'm just gonna be honest. You know, Dr. Umar Johnson is hella funny, and seeing his thirsty ass with some beautiful black queens with a 20 versus 1 would be off the chain. But here's the issue. A lot of the 20 versus 1s happen in Atlanta, Georgia. That's kind of where a lot of the black YouTube stuff is going down. You know, a lot of the brothers is going out there doing it between Miami and Atlanta. So Dr. Umar got an opportunity to do a 20 versus 1. And typically, guys like Dr. Umar can get like $10,000 or even $20,000 for just doing it for the day. He definitely is gonna bring in views, but there's one problem according to Dr. Umar.
They want me to do the 20 verse 1 in Atlanta with the sisters. What do y'all think about that, y'all? They want me to do the 20 verse 1 with the sisters in Atlanta. What do y'all think about that? They want me to do the 20 versus 1 show where they bring 20 queens out. They bring 20 queens out and I pick the queens I like, and then it's a round 2 and a round 3. But my problem with the 20 versus 1 is this. My problem with the 20 versus 1 is this. My problem with the 20 versus 1, how do I know everybody is a biological woman? That's my problem with the Atlanta 20 versus 1. Atlanta is Transformer Central. Atlanta is Transformer Central. Atlanta is How do I know all 20 of those queens are organic women? How do I know that? That's my problem. You can't even check the birth certificate because they can change the birth certificate too. So I don't really know. I don't really know. This could be a COINTELPRO operation. If we're going to do this, I need proof that these were biological queens. I need to see baby pictures. I need to see baby pictures, elementary school pictures, middle school pictures, and high school prom pictures. I need to see pictures from every stage of their life. All 20 of them got to be thick in the thighs and natural hair. All 20 of them got to be thick in the thighs and natural hair. They could be 5 thick in the thighs, 4, 12 thick in the thighs, 6, 1 thick in the thighs. And the hair better be all natural with no European hair color. Organic queens only. Organic queens, healthy, organically natural queens only. Healthy, organically natural queens only.
Ah, yeah. Dr. Umar doesn't want to get caught booty clapping it up with somebody that's in the 20 versus 1 that's transgender or transsexual. But this is a very important thing for Dr. Umar Johnson because this would tarnish his image. And again, remember he said COINTELPRO?
This could be a COINTELPRO operation.
Rewind again. All right, guys, this actually happened before when Dr. Umar Johnson did this debate with Cynthia G, okay? It was organized by Tammy Mack on Fox Soul. And the issue with Cynthia G was not really the issue because that was what carried the interview. But the reality was you had an individual on there by the name of Hope Giselle.
But I think that what we're failing to realize is that when we have this conversation about what Black men have done, the consequences are usually because of white supremacy and the gaze of white folks on us are that the Black men are then taking away and the Black women have to then sustain those things. To say that Black women are unappreciative of that, it would be I think that is the dishonesty, right? The way that Black women show up for the Black community and the Black families, regardless of how we feel about the Black men that we might be interacting with or the Black men that are doing bad things, while still staying here to cultivate the Black men who are, I mean, to overlook that to me is just dishonest.
Now, as you can hear, Hope Giselle was kind of on the side of Cynthia G. It was two Black men, Dr. Umar, this other brother, DeJuan Brown. He was on the side of Umar. What they didn't tell Dr. Umar was that it was Cynthia G, a cis female, and what they consider now Hope Giselle, born a biological male, now trans female. And Dr. Umar, when speaking with Hope Giselle, made this particular controversial statement.
Well, first of all, I do not endorse any kind of a second-class citizenship role for Black women. I believe Black women have as much to offer as do Black men, so I'm not sure who the Queen is referring to. Damn!
Yeah, Dr. Umar called Hope Giselle a queen. Now, once it was proven to Dr. Umar Johnson that Hope Giselle was not born a female, he went off.
To know that I'm on a panel with a surgically altered Black man. Because if I would have knew that I was on a panel with a surgically altered Black man, if I would have knew that I was on a panel with a surgically altered Black man, my conversation might have been different. My analysis might have been different. My critique might have been different. My insight might have been different. You want to bring a surgically altered male to the conversation? No worries. Because intellectually, nobody can handle me. Intellectually, nobody can handle me. So if you want to bring a surgically altered male, no disrespect, but don't you think you have a right to tell me? Do your guests have a right to be informed? You know, that's all I'm saying. Don't have me thinking I'm talking to a woman. Don't have me thinking I'm talking to a woman. Don't have me think I'm talking to a woman and I'm having a conversation with a surgically altered male. That's all. No disrespect. Just let me know. Hope Giselle, I ain't got nothing against you, bruh. Hope Giselle, I ain't got nothing against you, bruh. Hope Giselle, I ain't got nothing against you, bruh. I'm simply saying I had a right to know. That's all. I'm not going to disrespect you.
But then Hope Giselle responded back in a very, very brash but immature way.
But what really burdens your grits and what really makes you upset, Dr. Umar, is that you sat there on that mother live, that panel for an hour and a half with commercial breaks and all of that. And your little dick was jumping. And every time I opened my intelligent mouth, your little got a little harder. And you were just so mother enthralled with this Black queen that was spitting this mother knowledge. And even if you didn't agree with everything that I was saying, you was down for it. Because when it comes down to the women that you claim that you like on that panel, I was her. It's giving skin. It was giving fresh face. It was giving no cleavage. It was giving, I'm not giving it to everybody. It was giving African kente cloth. It was giving all of the things, and I set it up that way for a reason. I didn't go in and put on lashes or overdo my makeup. I barely brushed my mother hair because I didn't want people to turn around and say, you can only fool us if you have all of that going on. You can only trick us if you have all of that going on. You can only be a woman if you have all of that going on. And it wasn't giving any of that. And you still sat there on the other end of that mother screen, enthralled with my Black, beautiful queen. And you did so on a public platform in front of everybody, and it's going to live forever, and you can never take it back because a whole bunch of other people have seen you call my trans ass a beautiful Black queen on several occasions. And that's what you're really upset about. You could give less than a about the fact that you were on a panel that you didn't know or that you didn't know. The only thing that you're pressed about is the fact that you couldn't censor yourself not to say how you truly felt about what you were sitting in front of.
Basically, Hope Giselle was saying that Dr. Umar Johnson was turned on, and that's the reason why he's upset. And again, this is something I've been covering on this channel in Atlanta. Let me give you an example of what I mean, and I don't mean to be, discriminatory at all, but let me just show you a picture of Hope Giselle, okay? Now, if I were to see this person, this picture that I'm looking at right now, if somebody shows you this photo, the average guy is gonna be like, oh, she's a good looking lady, or oh, that's a nice picture, or, she even looks like I'm gonna be honest, I'm here in Uganda, she looks like, she can pass for a Rwandese woman, okay? You cannot tell by this photo. It used to be back in the day when somebody was transgender, you could tell, because something would be very masculine still about them, what they would say now back in the day, Adam's apple or whatever, or hands or feet or whatever. But I think now, there are things in place that can really change that. So I would not know that this individual was born a male. I could not tell. And this is the issue that's going on right now in Atlanta in general. A lot of brothers can't tell. And if you heard what Hope Giselle said, Hope did not feel any obligation to Dr. Umar to let him know that Hope was born a man. It was okay. Like, I ain't gotta tell you that I was born a man. I made sure that I didn't wear no makeup so you could see how pretty I was. It called me a queen and how beautiful I am, period. I mean, the individual was talking like real reckless, which I didn't understand that, But this is another problem that's going on right now in Black America, man. And we've seen a lot of brothers retaliate in certain ways when they're not told by someone that, hey, listen, well, I was born a man, but I'm now a woman, let's say, for example, and I feel like you should know this. The more and more I see it, it's like, well, I don't need to tell you what I'm born. And then if you find out and if something happens, then all of a sudden, it's considered a hate crime or you're discriminating and all of that stuff. When in reality, this is the case with a lot of brothers in the Atlanta dating scene. It's sad when you have to go out on a date. And guys, I've been living overseas for the last 10 years. I've never had to think, and when I was living in Poland or when I was living, when I've been living in Africa, that any lady that I saw, I need to ask her, before we go any further, were you born a man? Yeah, it seems ridiculous, largely because for most guys, it is. First of all, it's uncomfortable that you would need to ask that. But in today's world, you may have to do that. It's an uncomfortable conversation starter. If the person says yes, and then they say, is that a problem? Then you get out and storm away. If she says no, that woman could be offended and then she can get up and storm and fall away. So this is, so I like a man to you? Or I look like a dude to you? Is that what you're saying? And like I said, I've done several videos on this topic where, it's possible that a guy like that could come on to 20 versus 1, and then the person that they actually pick and vibe with the most is an actual person born a man, which Dr. Umar Johnson could never live off. We've already seen, some of these guys trying to prank like Charleston White with a transgender or with dudes. That would be so much buffoonery, right? But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shadu Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.